Do you know why Chinese don't drink cold water? According to the Chinese, food in the stomach is heated by the energy of the kidneys, which in itself has a negative effect on the entire body as a whole, since it distracts the kidneys from their main function. According to the theory of Chinese medicine, the temperature of the food consumed should correspond to the temperature of the human body, that is, at least 37 degrees. The Chinese attach great importance not only to practical medicine, but also to its philosophical aspect. Thus, from the point of view of the philosophy of Chinese medicine, when consuming cold or too hot food, the natural balance of yin-yang is disturbed in the human body. However, if symptoms of a cold or other functional disorders of the body occur, for example, increased fatigue, dysfunction of the kidneys and digestive tract, as well as a psycho-emotional state depression, then it is necessary to drink hot water to restore the balance between the cold principle of yin and the hot principle of yang. It is important to drink water exclusively on an empty stomach, because drinking water taken with food is directed to dilute digestive enzymes and does not enter the intestines. It is believed that a lack of fluid in the body leads to accelerated aging of organs and withering of the skin. This is confirmed by modern European medicine. A lack of fluid in the body leads to the blood becoming thick. Its ability to conduct oxygen is reduced. This leads to joint pain, problems with the cardiovascular system, headaches. Thus, in order for the body to receive a sufficient amount of fluid, it is necessary to drink water that is not very cold and on an empty stomach. Then it can quickly pass into the small intestine, where it is absorbed. Positive effects of warm water on the human body: metabolism improves, metabolism accelerates, and therefore warm drinks, especially in the morning, are simply necessary for people with excess weight. Intestinal function is normalized, relevant for people with problems with constipation. Symptoms of colds are reduced. Warm water relieves coughing, reduces the amount of phlegm, relieves swelling of the nose and larynx. It is a mild diuretic, which is useful for people with diseases of the urinary system, relieves pain, relieves spasms, dilates blood vessels, removes toxins. Therefore, skin problems are reduced, the body is cleansed, the appearance of wrinkles is reduced. Cholesterol levels in the blood are reduced. However, hot water is not always and for everyone. People suffering from high blood pressure, acute diseases of the digestive system, intestines, larynx should refrain from drinking hot water and food. You should also be careful with drinking hot water when you have a sore throat. It is not recommended to drink hot water when the ambient temperature is high to avoid overheating and heat strokes. In China, drinking warm water is considered a tradition. It is served first in cafes and restaurants. The Chinese are sure that cold water and food destroy tooth enamel and damage the gastric mucosa. Doctors often advise after 40 years to eat food at room temperature, as this helps to prolong health and longevity. There is definitely truth in this theory of Chinese medicine, due to the fact that it is almost impossible to meet people suffering from obesity among the Chinese, and life expectancy in China is much higher than in any European country, even in those times when the quality of life was much lower than in Europe. Then perhaps it is worth listening to the wisdom of traditional Chinese medicine. There is another theory of the origin of the tradition of drinking only warm food in China. The quality of water in China leaves much to be desired. Drinking water straight from the tap has long been unsafe. It could cause infection with severe intestinal infections. And from early childhood, children were taught to drink only boiled water. Therefore, perhaps it is just a matter of habit, which over time turned into a tradition, and subsequently it was found to have healing properties, and a philosophical trend was born. Recently, Modern European medicine has increasingly relied on traditional Chinese medicine, adopting their methods and principles. Whether to adhere to the principles of nutrition that are familiar to the people of China is a personal matter for everyone, and it is always worth listening to yourself. After all, each organism is unique, and what is good for one is not always suitable for another.